Welcome to Deep Thought, the power of your words. I'm going to tell you what, words are powerful. Words are very powerful. Even in a spiritual text, like the Bible, they talk about the power of the word. Now, what is the word? What does it do? Why is it so powerful? The word creates ideas. It creates thoughts. Those thoughts are what govern how a person moves through life. Those words, they can set a tone. They can set a purpose. If you take a small child and you tell them how great they are, that they are meant to rule the world, they will grow up thinking that's what they want to do. If you take another child and tell them that they're worthless, because their skin color is a certain, they got a certain skin color, or they practice a certain religion, or just because the parents just don't like the child because they don't like themselves, that will set that child on a path. Think about it. Think about the words we say to ourselves. Think about it. How many people look at themselves and say, "Oh, I'm just stupid. I'm just all of this." There was a woman I know, friend of mine, because I called her on it. I'm going to share this with you. I'm not going to identify her. But I remember I was interacting with her. In fact, I might have mentioned this on one of my videos. But it's a great example. She kept calling herself stupid. And it's like, "Oh, I'm not that smart." And I would hear something every now and then. At first, I took it as a joke. Somebody say, "Oh, I'm just so goofy." But when you kept saying it, it was like, "Oh, wait a minute." But her life wasn't going well. But I would start encouraging her and say, "No, you can't. Don't say that about yourself. You're smart because of this, this, and this. Don't tell yourself that, because what you're doing, all you're doing is programming your subconscious. You're saying, if you walk through the world saying you're stupid or you're not that bright, that's what's going to happen. Your subconscious is going to take that in and say, "Oh, I ain't that stupid or bright. Let me do stupid things." That's how powerful it is. But when you have somebody who can encourage you, when you have somebody who says it, or when you say it to yourself, when you look in that mirror and say, "You know what? I'm all right. I'm pretty good." That's very good, because, self-image, and psychologists could tell you this. If you have a great self-image of yourself, that goes a long way. Now, other people might call it cocky or arrogant or whatever, but, it is what it is. People will call you cocky or arrogant. You could be just sitting there quiet, but if you believe in yourself, they're like, "Yeah, you cocky or arrogant." It's like, shit, no. I just don't have low self-esteem like you do. So, yeah, but, no, but your words are powerful. Even just what I said. And I said that as part of a joke, but then, we have to be careful sometimes what we say to people. And that's one thing. That's one thing. Let's be serious, because I said that jokingly, then I caught myself. I said, no, I need to address that, because sometimes we'll say something, we don't know how to affect them. We don't know how to affect them. Now, I might see that as a joke or something. And, I'm not talking to nobody in particular. And that's not something I do. But then I might say something and, I might say something just small and it'll affect them. And I've actually had one time where I mentioned to somebody, it was really a beautiful woman. And I saw another picture. I would say, "Oh, I really like this hair." But she took it as if to say I was saying I didn't like what she had then. I was like, "No, that's beautiful. I just like this one." But those words, speaking life into someone, those words, people don't realize how powerful they is. Like, you can actually, words should be considered deadly weapons. Words should be considered deadly weapons, because you could say something to somebody in such a way that it would give them a heart attack. It would kill them. In fact, if someone were to do a study, this would be tough to do, but if they were to maybe really talk to some heart attack victims or stroke victim and say, "Well, what kind of interactions you had with people just before it?" I believe. Now, I believe. I don't have any scientific proof. Maybe somebody has done this. Maybe somebody is familiar with some type of study. But I believe if you say to a person just the wrong thing, I believe it will kill them. It will cause them great distress. I believe. Now, like I said, I don't have any proof of it. This is just a thought for now. So I can't say that's true or not. I'm just saying what Ron believes, As I said, maybe somebody has a study or something. But that's how powerful your words are. Like, I hate negative talk. And people have even said that about me. Say, Ron, you're always optimistic. That's because I'm always thinking about winning. Like, really, you can win in life just talking it, just saying, look, I'm a smart person. I can do this, And then basing that talk or basing that thought on stuff that you've accomplished before. I'm going to talk about that in a video coming out. But that's powerful. It really is a weapon. And people really need to think in terms of using those words, using those words, those thoughts to empower themselves. That's what affirmations are for. When people, some people poo-poo them and stuff, but those affirmations that's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm smart, I'm healed, that combined with the power of belief or, what the spiritual religious people will call faith, you can go a long way. If you believe that you can create that business, if you believe you can have a peaceful relationship, and you speak those words, those positive words, those words of power into your subconscious, that creates it. Because what it'll do, it'll program your subconscious. Like if you say, you know what, my next relationship is going to be peaceful. What it's going to do, it's going to start working. It's going to go into your subconscious. Your subconscious is going to start making the changes. So it'll start changing it so that your personality can actually get along with certain people. You ain't going to get along with everybody. But it will also make it so that people who you weren't able to get along peacefully with will back away, or they won't find anything attractive about you. Just as an aside, the key to relationships more than any, we always talk about the body game on my men's channel, but it's really just personality compatibility. So it'll start making the changes there. It might start making the changes to how you're presenting yourself. You might get an urge all of a sudden to start working out or something. It'll start doing that, and then drawing the person, creating within you the person that will draw someone who will be peaceful with you. It might start like an experiment I've done with myself. This didn't have anything to do with relationships, but just not reacting quickly to somebody doing something I would normally consider negative. Not reacting quickly. Not saying I don't react, but not harshly, like making me automatically calm when I might hear some bad news or something, or somebody say something negative. My first reaction, I ain't jumping around, but the first reaction is, okay, let me evaluate what just happened, and let me decide how I want to appropriately do it. But then I spoke that to myself, remaining at peace against all others, no matter what's happening. And it's a powerful thing, but it was the words I spoke, not some people say, well, I'm crazy. Well, you're going to be crazy. I was like, no, I'm a rational thing. You're just saying oh yeah, I'm a smart person. Just something as simple as saying you're a smart person and you believe it. That'll take you a long way. That will take you a long way. Or even if you tell yourself you're a beautiful person or a physically attractive person, just from the aesthetic view of most people, they might not see it. But what it start doing, it'll start changing you. You'll start behaving that way. Might even start, or the perception of other people of you might be different because your self-perception is good. Powerful stuff, ain't it? So the power of your words, always recognize it. Always know. And really, you got to start with yourself. Look in the mirror, speak life into yourself. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Peace and many blessings.